So I went back and checked most of my old footage, and I haven't actually been told who the admin to the terminal is. Or at least I don't think I have. The place I went to look for that is, you know that time I went to went with Tenmyoji and Quark into this room, and where the terminal was? Yeah, I'm pretty sure I didn't actually get that there, so I'm gonna just keep doing these books until we get there. Anyway, before I go on, words are hard. Anyway, before I go on, hey there guys, my name is Nix and welcome back to Virtue's Last Reward. Last time, we basically did Alice's ending. And this time, now that we know Dio planted the bombs, in air quotes, even though I thought it was Akane, we can do some of these other endings though. So let's move on with this. Wait.
Huh?
You only need to search one person.
What? Why?
Because I figured out who did it. I know who did it. The words were out of my mouth before I'd even realized I was saying them.
How can you... There's no way.
Yeah. I met Phi's gaze and nodded, then turned away. I know who set the bombs. That person. I like how it shows a picture of Schrodinger's cat. Definitely not important at this moment. Unless like, you relate the whole multiverse theory thing in it. That person is you! Dio!
Come on, what is this? Are you high?
Well, we're about to find out. Sorry, Kay, but could you hold him down?
Well...
It's on him, I promise.
Knock it off, Sigma. You're doing this all backwards.
So, this isn't a court. Besides, all we want is to know who set the bombs.
Ugh.
And why are you getting so worked up anyway? If you're innocent, then the search will show that and I'll look like an idiot.
Nice try, but that's some bullshit totalitarian logic. I don't think so. What are you even basing this on? How do you know I set the bombs?
Because...
Just spit it out.
I know about the Myrmidons.
The Myrma... what?
I beg your pardon?
No. How do you know that, Sigma?
Oh, that's not all I know. I know about Free the Soul, and I know about the brother.
What the hell are you talking about?
I can tell you the details later. But there's no question that you were the one who set up the bombs.
Who the fuck do you think you are? None of that has anything to do with me. I don't know who the Myrmidons are. And I don't know what Free the Soul is. And I certainly don't know anything about some old fart called brother.
Heh. Oh, Dio. Tell me, how does that foot taste? Who the Myrmidons are? I don't recall saying the Myrmidons were people. And what about brother? How would you know his age if I haven't said anything about anything besides his name?
Wait, so... he's left? But that means he's a terrorist.
A terrorist?
Oh dear.
Left?
Man, I'll say this, it was a lot easier to get Dio to crack in this timeline.
Well, looks like I won't be able to talk my way out of this one. Seriously, though, when did we get so famous?
Yeah, multiverse theory.
The Myrmidons aren't supposed to be something anybody knows about, let alone YouTube jokers. Okay, you got me. Yes, I'm the leader of the Myrmidons. My real name is Left. I was sent here to stop Zero Senior's AB plan. That's why I planted the bombs. If it looked like the plan might actually succeed, I was supposed to blow this whole place sky high.
Why are the Myrmidons so against the nonary game? This isn't something I've worked out yet. Zero Senior and Akane, who I'm now assuming is part of the person that set up the nonary game, why do the Myrmidons want to stop whatever they're doing as part of this game? AB plan?
What's that?
Oh, well, looks like you don't know everything after all. I should have been more careful. Then again, it's not like it really matters. After all, you're gonna die here.
What?
God damn it, no! I leapt toward him.
Whoa there. Better not come any closer. You think I'm not prepared for this? Take one step and it'll be your last.
Then, that thing you're holding.
It's the detonator.
Yeah, I guess it is. Now back the fuck off!
Dio, please calm down. If you press that button, you'll die too.
So? Believe me, there's plenty more where this came from.
Oh, yeah, the cloning thing. What?
Now that we've cleared that up, back off! Come on, move it! Go, go, go!
We had no choice. Slowly, carefully, we backed away. All of us, except for one. Tenmyoji.
Hey, Grandpa, your hearing gone? I said back off!
No.
You... I'm not screwing around here.
I can see that. So why don't you do it? Go ahead. Press that button.
What?
Tenmyoji!
Something wrong? Hurry it up. I'm not getting any younger.
That's true.
Oh? Do I sense hesitation? What's the matter, Dio? Scared? Well?
You son of a bitch.
So you were just bluffing?
I'm not bluffing, goddammit. You hear me? I'll do it.
Oh, I'm sure you will. But there's really something I should tell you. You see that detonator you're holding? It's a fake.
What?
How? For just an instant, Dio's eyes twitched down to the device in his hand. That was all the opening Tenmyoji needed. Okay, well bluffed, Tenmyoji.
Yeah!
He cried out as he leapt through the air. Doing what? Tenmyoji's leg shot out, knocking the detonator from Dio. Did he just fucking flying ninja kick Dio? Shit! Not good!
What happened?
The detonator. He doesn't have it anymore.
What? What's happening? There's a red light on it now.
Oh, you really fucked up, Tenmyoji. This is what happens when you try to show off.
What?
What happens when you try and fucking ninja kick me, you asshole? I'm sorry. This is my fault. I didn't have time to tell you how it worked.
What are you saying?
The detonator isn't supposed to be separated from Dio. If it is, then the timer on the bombs automatically activates.
Damn, how much do you know? Fine, whatever. Well, he's right. If that thing ever gets more than a meter away from me, it activates. When it does, it starts the timers on all the bombs. So thanks to this old fart, you get to try and defuse a bunch of activated bombs on a countdown. You can go ahead and destroy the detonator if you want. Once the timers have been activated, they'll go off anyway.
How long do we have? When do they explode?
You should know, Sigma. Why don't you tell her?
30 minutes.
30 minutes? That's crazy!
Yeah.
How do we stop them?
The emergency deactivation passwords.
None of us know them, though.
Right. None of us know them. But there's someone who does, isn't there?
Okay. I'll give you one, since I'm such a swell guy.
Oh good, password number 2.
The password for bomb number 2 is... EQD DYR NTK.
Allow me to take notes briefly. And with that, we have all of the bomb passwords.
Bomb number 2?
But we haven't found that one yet.
Oh? Well, my mistake. Must have slipped my mind. Well, there's nothing you could do anyway. You don't have the input device.
That's true.
Really, it'll be much easier if you all just give up.
Where's the input device?
Oh gosh, I wonder.
Where did you put the number 2 bomb?
Shoot, you know, I just can't remember.
You son of a bitch.
Anyway, I think it's time for me to be moving on.
Moving on.
To where?
What? I have to explain everything? To the next world, of course.
No! Wait! I threw myself toward Dio and wrapped my hand around his wrist, slamming it into the floor. He struggled, but I put all my weight on it and kept his arm pinned.
Shit! Let go of me, goddammit! Get off of me! Let me go!
He continued to struggle, but I wasn't going to let him go. I shifted my weight to free one of my hands and started trying to pry his open.
Hey! Hey! I'm not fucking around, alright? Let go of my goddamn arm!
By then, the others had run over and piled on Dio along with me. Even then, he refused to stop. With increasing desperation, he tried to get the hand I had grabbed to his mouth.
We don't have a choice. Luna, go get the soparil.
No! If we put him to sleep, we can't get what we need out of him!
You think I don't know that? What other choice do we have? Every minute we spend wrestling this prick is a minute we don't have to deal with those bombs. We don't have time for this.
Ugh. Shit!
What are you doing, Luna? Go! Right.
Do we still have Soparil?
Okay, I've got it. I'm ready when you are.
You can do whatever you want to me, you fucking cowards! You're still gonna die! Go ahead, tell yourselves you can fix it. Run around like idiots before you get blown to atoms. Serves you fucking right! You're gonna burn!
Yeah, probably.
Oh, for God's sake. Luna, shut him up. Right. Here goes.
As they began to climb off him, I finally pried Dio's hand open. There it was, just what I'd expected. A small, unassuming capsule. I didn't know what was in it exactly, but it was undoubtedly some kind of poison. I stumbled toward the sink and tossed it into the drain. How much time do we have left?
About 20 minutes or so, I think.
Fuck, we struggled with him for a long time.
And how much time until the white doors open?
Oh, good. The same.
So, what do we do?
Panic. We put in those passwords and stop the bombs.
We searched Dio, but he doesn't have anything that might be the input device.
Well, only one thing to do then.
And that is?
We split up and find it. Unless any of you have another suggestion. A dismal silence filled the room. Not dismissal. Even though no one spoke, I could see despair on every face.
All right. No point sitting around. Until those things actually go off, we've still got a chance. Sigma, you come with me. We're going to have to go look at the number 3 bomb. See if the timer really has started or not.
Right.
All the rest of you, listen up. I want you to take Alice, Quark, and Dio to the Floor B warehouse. What?
Why there?
Just listen. Worst case scenario. We'll open the white doors and go through them to wherever they go. Maybe we'll get lucky.
Understood. We will take them to the Floor B warehouse.
I like you, Kay. You don't question orders.
Once we've done so, we will begin to search for the input device in the number 2 bomb.
Good. Thanks. Okay, we don't have much time left. Now get moving. Sigma, you're with me.
If I turned without waiting, well, I was gonna say without warning. Yeah, it still works. If I turned without waiting and headed for the door. Before I could blink, she was gone. I gave everyone else in the infirmary a quick thumbs up and a shaky smile, and then hurried after her.
The light's flashing. I guess the countdown has started. So, what are we going to do? Without a way to enter the passwords, we're screwed. Right. We'll just have to split up and look for it. I'll look around here. You go check somewhere else.
Okay.
If we get to T-minus 5 minutes, then we'll meet back in the Floor B warehouse. Got it?
I wasn't sure what to say. If we hadn't found it by then, is there really any point in meeting up again?
What's with that look? Don't worry. We'll figure it out, I promise. You know what they say. Swimsuits never quit.
What? No, that's not a thing. And it doesn't make any sense. Besides, why the hell are you cracking jokes right now?
I'm just, trying to show you that life is still worth living.
That's a new expression from Fi, and one I kind of like, actually.
After all, if you quit now, there goes any possibility of you ever seeing me in a swimsuit.
Oh, damn. Oh, I see. Well, I admit I am a bit curious.
All right. Looks like we're on the same page. Hey, get moving. We don't have time to stand around.
Fine. Be careful, alright? I checked the time on my bracelet and headed out of the crew quarters and into the hallway. It wasn't good news. Damn. Only 15 minutes. I need to hurry. I broke into a run. Before long, I found myself in front of the infirmary. All too often, what you're looking for is right in front of you. We'd spent a lot of time in the infirmary, so it seemed kind of fitting somehow that it might have been there all along. Or maybe Dio had dropped it there recently. There was no way to know. And in any event, I had to start looking somewhere. Luna, you're still here?
Yes. The others are taking the people who are asleep to the white doors. I chose to stay here. I thought you might come back.
Why?
Because the atom is here. I thought you might want to use it. Isn't that why you're here?
What? I mean, yeah, I want to know what's going on with me. It's driving me nuts. Hell, I feel sick. But this isn't the time for that. Being a robot isn't going to mean a lot if I die anyway.
Oh, why did you come here then?
Isn't that obvious? I'm trying to find that input thing so we can turn off the bombs.
Really?
Yes. Why would I lie?
I see. I seem to have made a mistake. I knew you couldn't use the atom without me. So I stayed behind because I thought I might be able to help. I guess I shouldn't have done that. I'm sorry. Goodbye.
Oh, Luna, no! She turned and headed toward the exit. Wait. I couldn't let her leave like that. I sighed. How long would it take?
Not more than 5 minutes or so.
Are you sure? Only 5 minutes?
Yes.
Okay. Let's do it. Analyze my body. Well, this is going in a very nonary game direction, let's say. There's always time for a good innuendo, is what this franchise has taught me. I lay down on the table. Luna picked up the Adam scanner and began to run it across me, slowly and methodically. In a few minutes, she was finished.
That's it. You can get up now.
I sat up and hopped off the table. The screen was already starting to show my results. So, what does it say? My eyes were glued to her face, looking for any sign of what the answer might be. She studied the readout for several long seconds before replying.
Well, it says you're not a robot. You're human.
I let out a breath I hadn't realized I'd been holding. My relief didn't last long.
But your body isn't entirely human.
What?
You're part machine.
Wait, what are you saying?
Look here. The structure of the bones in your arms isn't anything close to human. They're made out of a titanium alloy. On top of that skeleton is artificial biological tissue. It's also called ABT. Your arms are cybernetic.
What? What does that mean?
Cybernetic? It means a mechanical system that interfaces with a biological one. You see all these root-like things around the titanium bones? Those are artificial nerves. They're probably connected to your own nerves, which is how you can move your arms. I imagine they allow you to feel things through your arms too.
What? No, this is ridiculous. I think replacing my arms with robot ones is something I'd remember. I know they weren't always like this. When I was a kid, I broke my arm and they took an x-ray of it. The doctor told me I had really thick bones and that I must have done something pretty insane to break them. When the hell did this happen? Why did somebody replace my arms? Wait. Okay, let's say you're right and my arms are cybernetic. Wouldn't that mean I don't have to worry about the bracelet going off?
No. Unfortunately, you probably do still have to worry about that.
Why?
The cybernetic arms are made to function just like real arms, which means they interface with the rest of your body, which means that anything injected into them is spread to the rest of your body.
How do you know that?
I just do.
That's not an answer!
Yes, you're right. But not everything has an answer. There are some things you just can't explain.
What?
Don't you know how that feels? How did you know about the garden? How did you know that Dio planted the bombs?
That's...
I'm sorry, Sigma. I wish we could talk some more, but our time is up.
Time? I pressed the buttons on my bracelet and felt my stomach drop. 1 minute. We've only got a minute left.
Sigma, there's one last thing. I was given very specific instructions.
I shuddered. Not because I was scared of what was about to happen. Because I was scared of Luna. She was calm, unnaturally so, like a machine with a human face. We were about to die. How could she be so calm?
Please pay attention. This is very important. You must be sure to remember it.
Remember? I was about to die. How am I supposed to remember anything?
Should you encounter a two-headed lion devouring the sun, remember GTF DML 016.
So that's the username, I'm pretty sure.
With this key, the first gate shall be open to you. There you go. I hope we can meet again someday. I'll be waiting. I'll be waiting.
What? Before she could answer, The world exploded into noise and light, and I disappeared along with it. When I came to, I was floating in a field of nothingness. The fact that Sigma says he comes to is, an interesting thought. But that's because he can, like, flip between timelines. So I have cybernetic arms! Cool! Can I sort of, like, cut them off now and hopefully the poison doesn't kill me in that one ending? Also, yeah, this is, oh, this is my end! This is the Sigma end. Arms race. I see what you did there, game. You know, I kind of expected it to be the lunar end. Also, Sigma looks surprisingly good, actually. Never thought I'd say that about a man whose face I've only just seen now, and he looks kind of different than he does in most of his artwork, but... Huh. I didn't expect this to be my end. Well, I mean, like... I feel like... I thought this was going to be the lunar end, but... Well, Luna apparently plays a bigger part in this than I gave her credit for. But now I can actually do this bit here, so this is going to lead to another end. Well, I've only been going for like half an hour. Sure, why the fuck not?
What?
Sigma's BP is...
Negative.
Suddenly, all eyes were on me. I felt the weight, but stood my ground. It was the result I had expected. I took a deep breath and closed my eyes. I didn't have to wait long. There was a sharp, quick pain in my wrist, barely even noticeable. I couldn't feel anything flowing into my veins, but I knew it was there. First would be the anesthetic Sopril. I blinked and my vision started to blur. When I tried to think, it felt like my mind had been stuffed with cotton. My legs began to wobble and then gave out entirely as I crumpled to the floor.
Sigma! Sigma! Hang on! Hey! Sigma! Get up!
Sigma!
Oh no! Oh no, oh no, oh no!
Trying to open my eyelids was like trying to lift sheets of lead. My eyes had lost the ability to focus, but I could make out a blur that had been Dio in front of the number 9 door. Damn it! You'll keep your promise, goddammit! I groaned and with a Herculean effort lifted my head, and then my sluggish body off the floor. Every step was a battle, and whenever I shifted my weight, my muscles threatened to give out again. But somehow I forced myself ahead, a single thought burning in my mind. I would reach Dio. Then at last... The smudge of color faded into a recognizable person. I threw out my hand in front of him. Give it back. Give me the medicine.
Give it back. Don't act like it's yours. Aren't we supposed to share everything we find here?
I don't care. Just hand me the medicine.
What are you talking about?
We found the Exalivia in the laboratory.
And Dio stole it.
What?
You mean he has it? Right now?
Yeah. So?
I kept my promise. Now, you... I wasn't a fool. I knew the kind of person Dio was. There was a chance he wouldn't give it back, the Exalivia. If he didn't, then I'd die with my hands around his throat. I gathered as much of my mind as I could and got ready to attack.
Fine.
Not quite what I'd been expecting.
Here.
With a shrug, he pulled out the vial of his pocket and tossed it toward me. I caught it and pulled... That's actually impressive considering how doped up you are at the minute. I caught it and pulled the tiny glass bottle to my chest, worried I might drop it. The label said, unmistakably, Excelivia. It was the real thing. Clover, take it. I held it out toward her.
Right. Of course.
She quickly tucked it into her pocket. Good. Now at least Quark will be alright. With that, the last of my strength left me and I dropped to my knees.
Sigma! Are you okay? Sigma! Sigma!
I guess this is it.
First is the silver rill, which puts you to sleep. 9 minutes later, the tubocularine is injected, numbing your respiratory muscles. I guess you could say it'll really take your breath away.
9 minutes. Once the Sopril was injected, I had 9 minutes until the muscle relaxant followed it. About 4 minutes had already passed, which left me with 5, give or take a little. In 5 minutes, I would be dead. What could I do in 5 minutes? How could I save myself? Heh. I gave a raspy, quiet laugh. Even with death staring me in the face, I seemed to be determined to struggle right up until the very end. Okay, Sigma. You can do this. Clinging desperately to what little consciousness I had left, I racked my brain for any possible solutions. How could I save myself? How? There had to be something. Every problem, no matter how difficult, had a solution. There's always another option. Hopelessness is a state of mind. I just had to think. Think. If there was a way out, I'd find it. I wasn't ready to give up on life yet. There had to be an answer. Only some of these images are appropriate.
Sigma, what's wrong with your hand? There's something white on it. The structure of the bones in your arms isn't anything close to human. Your arms are cybernetic.
What the hell was that? Gotta hand it to you. I have cybernetic arms? It was both shocking and utterly obvious. Of course my arms were artificial. Titanium alloy bones with ABT exterior to mimic human skin. But I have no idea why. Nor did I know when my human arms, which I distinctly remember having, had been replaced. And that flash of lunar I'd seen. I was certain it had never happened. Those things hardly mattered, though. If I survived, I could worry about them later. The fact that my arms were mechanical, however, that might be useful. I called up all the strength I had left and stood one more time. What are you waiting for? Why don't you open it already?
What?
Did I stutter? Open the number 9 door!
Sigma, what are you saying?
Looks like you finally gave up. Whatever. I was just about to flip the switch anyway.
Am I gonna, like, crush my arm with the number 9 door? Then hurry up and...
Hey, don't rush me. Okay, you've got 9 BP now, right?
Yes?
Well, what do you say? Wanna come with?
I will remain here.
Why?
I cannot abandon Sigma.
Don't worry about me. Go. You have to get outside and call for help.
But
Do you think Dio will? If he's the only one who gets out of here, then there's no hope for the rest of us. You're the only one we can count on.
I understand.
Great. Glad we got that settled. Shall we go?
No! Stop!
Fire began to move, but it was already too late. Dio grabbed the lever and threw it down. I'm glad I regained my vision for this bit. God forbid we have to make another version of this cutscene, but make it all wibbly wobbly.
The number 9 door has been opened. It will remain open for 9 seconds.
It's been fun. Peace.
I promise to call for help and return as soon as I can. Please, do not give up hope.
How does Kay wear a pressure exchange suit? just a thought I just had as Kay's leaving. Yeah, I know. Just get going already. But just you, Kay.
Huh?
As Dio turned to look at me, I crouched. Then, calling on every last bit of strength that my wearied body could supply, I launched myself toward him like a coiled spring. I slammed into his legs, knocking him to the floor and wrapping my hands around his ankle before he could get back up. I stressed back up in the wrong way there.
Hey! What are you doing, you bastard? The door's gonna close! Let go! Let go, goddammit! Let me go!
He lashed out with his free leg at my head, shoulders and arms, but I held on. I ignored the pain, tightening my grip with every blow.
Hey! What the hell is this shit? Why are you doing this? I kept my promise, didn't I?
Yeah, so did I. Far as I recall, didn't say anything about letting you escape.
What? Shit! Stop screwing around, asshole! I have to get out of here. I'm not going to let my sacred mission get fucked up by some self-righteous idiot.
Dio began to pull himself along with his elbows, bit by bit, edging closer to the exit. He was headed straight through the door, but the gateway was already beginning to close. With only a few feet to spare before it shut, he crawled across the threshold and beyond the door.
Sigma! Stop! That's enough! Please, you have to let go!
No, I know exactly what I'm doing, guys. Don't worry.
The door's going to shut on you if you don't let go.
No, I kinda need this. Don't worry. Alright. See you later, Dio. You know, every time I think Dio can't laugh more evilly, he proves me wrong.
You're an idiot right up until the end, aren't you? Just hurry up and die, you senile old fuck!
No. I'm going to live. Oh, that's a nice sound effect.
The number 9 door has closed.
I have a great image now of everyone just like worrying about Siren's like, good news, girls, I've got the cybernetic arms.
This ends the nonary game. Thank you for your participation. As the game is over, all doors other than the number 9 door have been unlocked. Escape is not possible. Please enjoy your stay.
The announcer's voice grated the inside of my skull. I felt tired. So very, very tired. I felt my eyes flutter closed. Then nothing.
Sigma! Finally awake, huh?
Where am I? I rubbed my eyes and slid my legs off the bed to stand up. I rubbed my eyes with the stump of my arm. Well, to be honest, it was an examination table, not a bed. Which meant... the infirmary, huh?
I guess they carried you out here after.
Oh, hi, Alice! I didn't expect you to be alive for some reason. You guess?
Well, I wasn't there to see it. I was out just like you, but I was in the AB room.
Why?
That bastard Kay. He punched me in the stomach. I can't believe him. He didn't want me voting, so...
Whoa. And after he knocked you out, he voted betray, which brought his BP up to 9.
Yes.
So, where is he now?
On the other side of the number 9 door.
Well, fuck.
With Dio.
You told him to go, remember?
Oh, yeah.
Is your arm okay?
Arm?
I heard what happened. Cybernetic arms, huh? Can't say I'm surprised. I was starting to get a feeling something was up with you.
I looked down at my left hand. Or rather, I looked down at where my left hand should have been. Instead, there was a stub wrapped in a white gauze. I told myself I'd do anything to get the cure, even if it meant letting Dio betray me, but I have a feeling I might come to miss my hand. God damn it, Dio, you took my wanking arm! Oh, yeah, now it's Quark.
I'm right here.
Oh, good, he's not dead. Oh, God. But Sigma still turns around like he's got whiplash. Quark. Man, I'm glad you're alright. Feeling better?
Yep. Thanks to you. You got the medicine from that jerk Dio, right? Luna gave it to me, and now I'm better.
Hey! This could have... I mean, this is one of the better endings, I guess.
Thanks. You're the best, Mr. Sigma. You saved my life.
It seemed they'd shared stories while I was asleep. Everyone knew now how I made a deal with Dio, and about the journal we'd found it with Latin written in it. Clover and Phi seemed to have done most of the talking.
It was completely the opposite of what we guessed. We're not infected. The rest of the world is. That means this place isn't a quarantine facility. It's more like a shelter.
Well, we don't know anything for sure yet. I thought the same thing you did, but then Sigma pointed out a couple of discrepancies.
Yeah, Phi and I have already gone over it, but... I explained what we'd noticed. 1. If we were in a shelter for uninfected people, why had Quark been infected? Any place designed to keep a virus like that out would have had a lot of safeguards to keep anything from getting in. Had the virus really bypassed all those measures, it didn't seem likely. 2. The timing of our abductions and the pandemic's outbreak was strange. It would make sense if we'd been rescued after the disease had become widespread, but that wasn't what had happened. First we'd been abducted, then the pandemic had broken out. 3. We didn't know why Zero put us in the nonary game. If we were survivors he wanted to protect, then why try and kill us? If we were in a shelter, why wasn't it safe?
Well, what about this? Maybe someone anticipated the pandemic. I don't know who. Probably Zero. Anyway, they grabbed us before the pandemic really started. Then they put us in the shelter. But then, after a while, he got bored, so he decided to have us play this game to kill time.
Who on earth would make people he rescued play a game where they could just die because he was bored? I'm looking at you, black and white bear on my shelf.
Well, we don't actually know if there is poison in this bracelet.
What?
You're the only one who's gotten injected so far.
Don't tell me I lost my arm for nothing!
And when you did, it was only Soparil.
What are you saying? That what I did at the number 9 door was all pointless?
No, that's not what I mean. That can't be it. I'm sure there's tubocurarine in the bracelets. The Atom's analysis confirmed it. But what if the Atom is lying? If you're going to do that, then we don't have anything to base any speculations on. You could say that the newspaper article was fake, or that the Latin journal wasn't real.
Or the journal was real, but my translation was a lie.
You made it up?
No, my translation was accurate. I'm just making the point that once you start talking about this stuff being fabricated, it doesn't stop. don't think Zero's doing this just to take the piss out of a lime.
What?
I was just trying to stress that I don't think Zero would do this to pass the time.
How do you make that mistake?
However, I do think Clover has half a point.
Meaning?
That someone did anticipate this pandemic. That part seems reasonable.
Well, if the virus was spread on purpose, then I could see how that might make sense.
Yeah. It's not like Noah put all the animals on his ark after the flood happened. He went around before the rain started falling to gather them all up, right?
Are you saying that we were rescued because we're all that's left of humanity?
We were brought here because someone knew there would be a pandemic that would turn us into an endangered species? Does that mean we're supposed to repopulate the planet?
Repopulate? I looked around and did a quick inventory. Oh god! Why are we going there? 4 women, an old man, and a kid. I mean, I was the only young, fertile male. Repopulation, huh? That didn't sound so bad. Oh, if that was the case, maybe there wasn't any reason to escape. If the newspaper and the journal were right, then the world outside was crawling with a deadly virus. Why would we go expose ourselves to that? This would be the safest, happiest place on Earth.
The game's over. There's no point to any of this now.
No, that's not true. The game might be over, but we've still got a lot of unanswered questions. In fact, we've got even more questions.
Why are my arms robotic? Is the best one to ask at this moment in time.
So, are those answers going to open the number 9 door again? It's all over. Why we're stuck here doesn't mean shit. The 8 of us aren't leaving, ever. That's all that matters.
8?
You're including the old woman?
Yeah.
Oh no, she's still very dead.
Hey, you know what? What if the old lady is Zero Senior?
Yeah, you're right. We never even considered that.
But that would mean the person in charge of all this was murdered by somebody. That doesn't make sense. Maybe she wasn't murdered.
Huh?
Are you saying she was infected with Radical 6 and killed herself?
Well, we didn't find a knife or any kind of weapon in the AB room with her.
Maybe she was killed somewhere else. And then someone carried her in there.
What? That's ridiculous.
Well, maybe we should go take a look at her one more time. Maybe we missed something.
Sure, okay. What up, Akane? How you been? You still look as peaceful as ever. We looked down at the body of the old woman. If I was the first to move. Quietly and methodically, she began to examine the woman and her clothes. I just stood there. Even if she was dead. No. Especially because she was dead. I just didn't feel right touching her. After a few silent minutes, Fi suddenly stopped. She pulled something out from one of the old woman's sleeves and held it out toward me. Kurashiki. A god?
Looks like an ID card for this place. Since it's got her picture on it, I'd say it's a safe bet the card is hers.
Huh. Looks like her name is... Kurashiki. Kurashiki. Ever heard it before?
Nope. You?
No. Anything on the back? Oh, that's cute. That's real cute. Huh? There's something written here. It says Jumpy Doll.
Well, actually it says pass equals Jumpy Doll. So I'm guessing Jumpy Doll is a password of some sort.
What the hell does that mean?
Beats me.
Looks handwritten. She must have put it here herself so she wouldn't forget it. So this is for the terminal. The name is so I need Kurashiki, and the password is Jumpy Doll.
Yeah.
We were still looking the card over when I heard a commotion from the other part of the room.
Alice, what's wrong? Alice!
Oh god, no, here we go with the Radical Six again.
Oh no.
What are you planning to do with that?
Fi and I turned around and gasped.
Damn it.
We ran to the other end of the room and skidded around the partition. God damn it, Alice, this is why we can't have nice things. There stood Alice, her hand tightly wrapped around the scalpel. She didn't seem stable. Her eyes were flat and hollow. Her face was an emotionless mask. She was not well. The look on her face was all too familiar. Quark. She looked just like Quark had before he went insane. But that meant...
Goodbye.
Her hand moved, lifting the scalpel up high in the air, then driving it down in toward her heart. Oh! No one think to try and stop her. Oh god, this is where this ends? That's a grim note. So, whose ending is this? Quark's? Yeah, this is Quark's ending. An equal and opposite. Well, we've only got two endings left to get. Luna's ending and Phi's ending. Man, we're just really getting close to finishing this game up, aren't we? But I believe, as I said, now I have the password and the admin and password to get into the terminal. I believe I put Kurashiki's in and her password is Jumpy Doll, which is hella cute because of the ending of 999 when Junpei gave her that doll. That was real. That's a real cute touch. I'm not even gonna lie. Anyway, thank you guys for watching this episode of Virtue's Last Reward. If you liked the video in any capacity, give the video a like down below. Leave a comment on, I don't know, whatever. I've started realizing that these things from I got from Kay and Luna are for something else, because it says when we encounter a red lion, and it says it's like the first and second one to escape, which I'm assuming is something beyond here, because this looks like the secret ending. Anyway, other than that, if you want to keep up to date with the series whenever I post new videos and the like, you can either consider subscribing to the channel. That gives you what I work out at a 25% chance to get notifications from YouTube. Alternatively, you can follow my Twitter. The link's in the description. I have like an auto thing set up, so it's like every time I post a video, I tweet about it. It's real nice. Also, you can see me tweet about shit that doesn't really matter, like the Smash announcement and whatever anime I'm watching. Because, you know, you might have nothing better to do with your day. Other than that, thank you guys for watching. I've been Nyx, and I reckon we've got about 2 more videos of this series left if this and this have any indication. Oh boy, it's been fun. Laters!